All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, Mariota steps away to his left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Down the man inside, down the man. 82, 82, 82, 82.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. And incomplete to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Mariota looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand but the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is get him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Grade 15, grade 15.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Black, come on.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, what are we going to do and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
3.
A second down throw here for Mariota. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Vontaze Burfict. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Down the man inside, down the man. Black, come on.
On 1st down, Wentz. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz has it left side. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Again, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's third and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They can have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Third and short yardage, Mariota. And able to find Conley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Mariota. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm bringing it to you.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's play it. Black.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's asking. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Walsh adds the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
82, 82.
Wentz now on first down. Room to run inside the 40. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And down to the 29-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. With it on the return is Logan. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Final play of the half here. Mariota underneath for Johnson. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Extra point up and good by Walsh. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and an alley to run. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6, and the Eagles have moved out in front.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Room past the 20, and he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second down, Mariota buying time to his left. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Three.
Mariota now on second down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nigel Bradham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Third and long here for Mariota. And he's going to go down again. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Shotgun now for Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Dayon Buchanan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
82.
Wentz going to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Wentz now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
List 5-7. Sunday. Check.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
With it on the return is Logan. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Working out of the gun, Mariota being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mariota dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go. One.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Sunday.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Wentz. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
82, 82.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Wentz now to throw. Got him in. Open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Elliott now to kick this one away. With it on the return is Logan. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A 4th quarter score from the Meadowlands. And the Bills have wound up winning that one. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Steps away to his left. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Great 15. Great 15. That's it.
Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Throwing is Wentz. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything.